Hi guys, welcome, and in this tutorial video I'm going to show you how you can create a bookable product for your e-commerce website. So bookable products are really useful if you are letting the customers book a particular time slot, or maybe you are letting them choose a particular day where you have where the customer can book a particular service or product. So for doctors, for for lawyers, or for different professions where you have bookings or appointments, this plugin helps a lot. So earlier in this series of tutorials we had done a simple product, and then we converted that simple product into a variable product. So if you want to know how to create a simple or a variable product, you can check those videos, but in this tutorial we'll focus on bookable products. So guys, bear in mind that the plugin that we require for bookable products is a paid plugin, so you have to get it from woocommerce.org. so there is a high price for that, but then this plugin will help you solve a lot of issues with a lot of websites that you are developing, so related to bookings, or again, if you do accommodation products, like if you're making sites for hotels, or if you're doing appointment sites for doctors or lawyers or people in the service profession, or you're like doing some table booking like for restaurants. So all these kind of bookings and appointments and services and hotels, so these will help you. The bookings plugin will help you with that. So in order to buy the plugin, you need to go to woocommerce.org. so you open up woocommerce.org, and so this is the site, and you do a quick search for bookings, and WooCommerce bookings is the one you're looking for. So since WooCommerce is a really popular plugin in the market, so there are many companies, many authors who actually make plugins for them. So some of them are priced a lot less than what WooCommerce provides, but then the bookings which are made by WooCommerce itself, they are the best compatible with WooCommerce, and also they have some great features. So this is billed annually at $249, so that is a hefty price, but you can achieve a lot from this plugin. So having said that, all you need to do is just click on buy now, put in your details, and the plugin would be purchased. So I have already purchased the plugin, and so after you have purchased the plugin, you need to install the plugin. So in order to install a plugin which is not downloaded from the WordPress repository, you need to go to plugins, add new, and you need to click on upload the plugin. So we'll click on upload plugin, we'll choose file. So you just need to choose the file from where you have downloaded the plugin, and once you have found the plugin, you just click on open. So please make sure that the plugin has to be in a .zip format. So as you can see, WooCommerce bookings, so this is the plugin WooCommerce bookings, and this is .zip. so you need to purchase this plugin, and it would come in a .zip file. So once you have done that, you click on install now. So after installing, you would need to activate the plugin, and once you have activated the plugin, if you go to products, add new. So earlier we were having only the simple product, variable product, external affiliate product, group product. So now we have another option, that is for bookable product. So once you click on bookable product, it would give you a lot more options like availability, costs, resources, persons. So we'll see what each one of them does in detail. So first, this product that we'll create is actually a service. So this service would be for a health center maybe, and so there are 3 different types of doctors. So first, initially we'll concentrate on only one type of doctor, and then in the later part of the video we'll discuss on how to create variable bookings. Like you have variable products, you have variable bookings as well. So initially we'll only focus on doctor. So there is only one type of doctor here, and this is a personalized doctor's chamber maybe. So we'll write in some sample text here. And once we have done that, we'll choose a bookable product from the product type, So obviously a bookable product is in this case it's a virtual product because it's a service, but if you have a product which has a physical delivery and the person can book it, so in that case it won't be a virtual product. So the resources part we'll discuss later in this video. For the persons, this is applicable only for hotels where the price changes on the basis of how many adults are there or how many kids are there. So that is when the has persons comes into effect. But the video that we are doing right now won't be a bookable product for hotel, because in case of an hotel you need another plugin along with it, that is a accommodation plugin. That is a free plugin although. So we'll focus on bookable product, and for the first in the first part of the video we'll only focus without resources. So first comes the booking duration. So this is for how long can the booking be done. And so if you can see here, so say for example it's a doctor's chamber, so a person can book an appointment and it can be either fixed blocks. So Woocommerce would make the customer choose only one block, or maybe 2 blocks, or maybe 3 blocks, and that is fixed. The customer cannot change the number of blocks he want to book. So that can be one way, and the other way can be customer defined blocks. So the customer can choose how many blocks he wants to book at a time. So we'll make it customer defined blocks, and we'll make it customer defined blocks of 1 hour. So that way the customer is actually booking 1 hour at a time. So the minimum duration of a booking has to be 1 hour. The maximum duration we could make it at 4 hours. So a person can at a time book a maximum of 4 hours. And then the calendar display mode. So this is when the customer is actually choosing making the booking. So there is a calendar that pops up. So either the calendar can be always visible, or the calendar can be displayed once the person is actually clicking on it. So all these things you'll get to see better once I show you the live preview, but we'll just fill up some of the details and then we'll update the product and then we'll see in live. So after that you have a requires confirmation and can be cancelled. So if you check these two things, if a person books your service, there will be a confirmation mail to your to the admin email ID, and once the admin confirms the booking, that is when the customer gets a confirmation. And can be cancelled is if you take that, the customer can cancel their booking from the my account section. So every once you install Woocommerce by default installs few pages on your website. So one of them is the my account page. So this is the my account page. So if you go into the my account page, so this is for the admin. So so as you can see here, we have orders, downloads, addresses, accounts, bookings, and logout. So if you have made a booking, if a customer has made a booking, he can go to the booking section and he can cancel a particular booking. So I haven't made any bookings, so that is why I do not have any bookings yet. So we'll go back to the dashboard, and so that is what requires confirmation and can be cancelled as. So linked products, so just like the normal simple and variable products, for bookable products also you can have upsells and cross sells. So say for example if it's a doctor's chamber, you can maybe upsell a particular medicine, which maybe a health drink, something like that. And for a cross sell you can pitch maybe it's the COVID season, so maybe you can pitch a PPE kit, or you can pitch a face shield or something like that. So those can be done in the upsells and cross sell section. So in the attributes we do not do much because this is a bookable product. And under advanced you have reviews and purchase notes. And under availability, so this is again important. So availability is the max. The first option is max bookings per block. So say for example the customer is choosing 4 blocks at a time, but there is only one doctor in your health center. So if there is another customer who's coming and booking the same particular slot, then the doctor won't be available to cater to the next customer. So you can choose how many bookings one particular block can have. So say for example our health centers has maybe 5 doctors, so in that case every block can have a maximum of 5 bookings. So that way the first customer comes, the first doctor attends to the customer, the second customer books on the same slot and he's attended to by the second doctor, and that goes on. Okay, now the second option is minimum block bookable. So that is, say you are standing on 2nd of May, so today is the 2nd of May, and so what is the minimum time into the future that you can book a particular slot. So if it's the 2nd of May, you can book maybe from the 3rd of May, or maybe from the 4th of May if it requires a lot of arrangement. So that depends on what kind of service you are selling. So for a doctor, I'll probably make it 1 day into the future, and the maximum block bookable is so till how far into the future can he actually book. So can the person make a booking maybe 1 month down the line, or maybe 3 months. So if you have ever booked something online like a flight or a train ticket, you would find that they only allow you to book 3 months into the future, not more than that. So that feature is also available here. So you can make the customer book only maybe 3 months into the future if it's a ticket or something you are selling, maybe a concert or maybe a live show. So that can be 3 months into the future. But for a doctor's booking, we'll make it only say 7 days into the future. So a person, if he's trying to book on the 8th day standing from a particular date, he won't be able to book. So then comes requires a buffer period. So this is only applicable if there's only one person or maybe one resource that you have to cater to bookings. So in that case, you can have 2 or 3 hours between bookings, so that the person can take some rest, or maybe like the arrangement that has to be made for the booking to be completed. So that is a buffer period. So for adjacent buffering, the adjacent buffering is more like the buffer period itself. It's just buffering between 2 separate blocks. So again, check rules: all blocks can be booked. So if the all block can be booked, or the starting block only. So this is again for day wise bookings. So if you are booking the entire day, it can start from the beginning, or it can start from maybe the 3rd or maybe the 4th. And this is also applicable if there is a live show maybe. So the show starts at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. in the evening, and it goes till 9 p.m. So if you want the customers to book only from 5 p.m, so you choose the starting block only. And if the customers can choose from maybe they come in late and they want to book from 8 p.m, just want to catch the end of the show, so they can do that if you select all blocks being booked. And then comes the first block starts at, so if it's a doctor center that we are running, so we'll make the first block starts at maybe 2 p.m. so we'll make it 2. And so this guys, this is not 24-hour system, so it's a 12-hour system. You just choose the AM and PM. So if it's 2, you won't write 1400, you write 200 and then PM, and then you can restrict some selected dates. So the selected days, like as I was telling, this one, all dates are available by default, or it's not available by default. You can restrict some selected dates, so we won't do that. And then we can so this is again important. So for example, your first block starts at 2 p.m. and your health center closes at 8 p.m. maybe. So from 9 p.m. you cannot take any more bookings till 1 p.m. the next day. So that is you need to add the range here. So I will add time range because it's the time. So the time has to be from so maybe at 9 p.m. Till the next day 1 o'clock. So it's not bookable. And priority, so if you're making lots of ranges, the priority which is the top price, so say for example you have a priority 10 and you have a priority 9, so priority 10 would obviously take more priority than the one which is at 9. So if that's only applicable if you have 2 or more ranges. So that is availability. And then comes costs. So there in bookings there are 2 types of costs. One is the base cost and the other one is a block cost. So the base cost is the cost for booking your service or booking your product or whatever it is, and the block cost is depends on the number of blocks the customer chose to book. So for example, if it's a doctor's appointment, maybe so the base cost of the booking is say 100 rupees, and for every block the customer chooses to book, it would increase by 50 rupees. So so we'll make it 100 rupees here, and the block cost will make it at 50. So the display cost, if it's say for example the display cost you want to display it on your own, then you can write it down here, else you can let WooCommerce calculate it for you. So in most of the cases it would let WooCommerce calculate the end price for you. So as you can as we have already made in the general tab that the customer can book a maximum of 4 hours and the minimum duration is 1 hour. So if the customer is actually booking for 4 hours, then the cost according to this base and block cost would come down to, so for the base cost is fixed at 100. So for the first block he would pay 50 rupees, for the second block he would pay another 50, for the third and fourth he would pay another 50 and 50. So that would take the booking price to 300. And then there is a range type here, so this is applicable only if you are say giving discounts. Sorry, so say for example in the weekdays you want to give a discount, so you can give a discount for range of days. So say from Monday till Friday the base cost is plus 0. So you have certain options for mathematical multiplication, division, plus and minus, all these things. So you can make the base cost plus 0, so the base cost is 100 and that would stay at 100, and the block cost is equal to 0. So say for example if a customer is booking 4 hours at a slot, 4 hours, so he would have to pay only the base cost, which is 100, which sounds too much of a discount, so we'll change it to the base cost would be 25. So only during Saturday and Sunday the block cost is 50, and during the weekdays Monday till Friday the block cost would be 25. So that's the range, so we do not have to make any more changes. If you add another range that would come down here, so we'll just give some description here. Doctor's chamber available to take bookings online. So that's that, and we'll set a product image. So I have already downloaded a product image. So guys, I'll make another video on resources. So this is very important when you are developing a website. So you need to have free stock photography, you need to have free stock videos, you need to have free stock icons for your for your website. So all these things can be found in different websites on the internet. So I'll make a dedicated video on where to find your resources so that you can have access to some quality stock resources all for free. So having said that, this is the product image, and so we'll make a new category because this is the same website that we were developing with the shoes and everything, the simple product. So this is, so don't look into all these categories. So we'll just add a category here for doctor. So maybe we'll call it appointment, and we'll add the new category, and this doctor would be coming under this appointment category. So that's it, we have done almost everything. So we'll just check what so if you have done everything correctly or not. So we'll publish the product and we'll view the product. Okay, so this is the product. So this is the description we wrote in the bottom, so that is why it has come to the top. It's doctor's chamber available. So if you have seen my earlier videos, the description that we write at the bottom of the WooCommerce product layout page, that comes just below the price tag, and the description we write at the very beginning, that comes at the end. So okay, so now we have the doctor. So we'll choose a date, particular date. So we'll try out with all the things that we did in the bookings product. So first we'll choose a particular date. So remember, we did that we can book only from one day into the future, we cannot book before that. So that is why we are standing on 2nd of May. The earliest we can book is on the 3rd of May. and we did one more thing, that a person can book only 7 days into the future. So that is why it is only available to book till 9th, so you cannot book on 10th. So we'll book from 3rd, we'll book on the 3rd. And so we have a start and end time. So because we have chosen that the customer will choose how long he wants the session or the appointment to continue, so we'll choose only 1 hour and see what happens. And again, so the start of the booking, the start time was at 2 p.m. and we would take the last booking at 8 p.m. so from 9 p.m. till 1 p.m. our chambers are closed. That is why we have only from 2 till 8 to make the booking. So we'll make the start time at 3 p.m. and we'll make the end time at 4 p.m. so that's 1 hour. So what happens is, so we have so the booking cost is 125. This is because, so remember we made a discount that on weekdays the block cost would be only 25. So that is why since 3rd of May is a Monday, so we are having to pay only 25 rupees for the 1 hour slot, and the base cost is 100. So that is why we have 125. Now if you increase the hour by say another hour, so if you want the session for 2 hours, the customer would have to pay 150. So that's 100 for the base cost and 25 plus 25 for the 2 hour slots. And if you change the day to weekend, so for example I want to book on a weekend, say the 8th of May. So if you do a Saturday, the start time if you choose again 3 p.m. and the end time you say 4 p.m. so then you'll have to pay 150 rupees because it's a weekend, and on weekends the block cost is 50 rupees. So that is how you make a simple booking product. So that's the easiest way of creating a bookable product. So this is applicable for doctors, for lawyers, for restaurants, for maybe you want to book so any kind of service that you can think of can use this bookable booking plugin to create a nice e-commerce website for taking online bookings. So that is how you create a bookable product. So now we'll go to the back end and we'll do some things here. Okay, so now we'll see a more complicated way of using the bookings plugin. So say for example earlier there were only one doctor at our chamber, so any person would come and book an appointment for that one doctor only. But now say our chamber has 3 doctors, so there are 3 different types of doctors, so a person can book any one of the 3 doctors. So in that case what we'll have to do is we'll have to tick this box which says has resources. So that would open up another tab down below, so that is resources. So all the other things remains the same. The customer can book book 1 hour, minimum duration is 1, maximum is 4. So all these other things would remain same. So only in the resources tab we would do some. So so this is the label, this is what the customer sees, and so the options are customer selected. So that is what in most of the cases you'll have to do. The customer will have to choose the particular variation that he or she wants. So this is the type of doctor label. So this I have written, so you can write anything. So I'll write again type of doctor, and we'll add a new resource. So the first doctor can be a yoga teacher. So in case of resources, once you are adding a resource, the general block and base cost, they are not taken into account. So you just need to put in the base and block cost for individual resources. So we'll get rid of that general costs once we are done with this. So for a yoga teacher the base cost can be something like 100 rupees and the block cost can be 50 rupees. And we'll add another resource. So the second doctor can be a cardio doctor, so we'll add that. And for the cardio doctor we can have a base cost of 150 and the block cost can be 50 again. And the third doctor can be a nutrition doctor, and we'll click on OK. So the nutrition doctor can have a base cost of 200 and the block cost of 50. So now I've added 3 resources. So there is another thing that we need to do. So say for example, for a yoga teacher, you have maybe 2 different yoga teachers, 2 different cardio teachers, and 2 different nutrition teachers. So if you want to add the number of resources that you have under each resource category, so you just need to click on edit resource. So we'll click on open in a new tab, and so this is the available quantity. So you can make a yoga teacher, maybe 2 different yoga teachers are present, or 3 different yoga teachers are present. So so in that case, what will happen is, say for example, a person is booking one yoga teacher, and then if another person is booking a yoga session again, if you do not have another resource of yoga teacher, you cannot take that booking. So so we'll leave this at 1 because our chamber is not that big enough currently, so we'll have only 1 yoga teacher. So these are the 3 resources that we have, and we'll go down to availability. So availability is all okay. Max bookings per block is 5. So we'll have to reduce that, I believe, because we have only 3 doctors, so we'll have 3 bookings per block. So all these are okay, and time ranges are okay. So cost, will get rid of this base and block cost, and the range of days. So the discount is still applicable. So anyone booking a yoga teacher on a Monday would have a block cost of 25, and if they're booking on a Saturday or a Sunday, they would be having to pay 50 rupees. That's 25 rupees more. So we have done almost everything. So the category we have set up. So again, so in the last so we didn't set up the tags. So if you want, you can set up the tags, but this is only for tutorial purposes. So the tags are basically so if you want a person to search for your product once he or she lands on your website, so you have a doctor's appointment, you have appointments for, so you have different services that you're providing. So a person can search for a service or a product with the help of tags. So just write in the tag and separate them with commas. So you can write a yoga and separate it by a comma, write a cardio and separate it by a comma, and again nutrition, and we'll add doctors too, and we'll add in appointment. So we'll add all those. So you have 5 different tags. So if a person is searching for this with the help of these relatable tags, so this service or product, whatever you say, would be coming up. So we have done everything there is to do. So we'll just click on update. So once you click on update, and once the product is updated, we'll go back to the product page and we'll refresh this. So guys, earlier it was just a simple product, simple bookable product rather, and now we have a bookable product with resources. Okay, so the type of doctor the person can choose, whether it's a yoga or a cardio or a nutrition. So for yoga, you have a base cost of 100, and there is a 50 per block addition. For cardio, you have 150 and 50 per block, and nutrition, you have a base cost of 200 and 50 rupees addition per block. So we'll go ahead with nutrition, and we'll choose a date. So we'll choose the 4th of May, and the start time would be say 4 p.m. and the end time would be say 5 p.m. So the booking cost would be 225, because for nutrition you have a 200 rupee base cost, and remember for for Monday till Friday we were giving a discount, so the block cost was only 25. So that is why we have a booking cost of 25. So that's 225. So guys, one pro tip here, that if you are doing a discount like this, so Woocommerce doesn't by default mention all these things, the discount and everything. So it's a bit awkward to see that it's a 50 rupee per block, and then you choose a block and it comes down to 225. So what you can do is, in a product description which you are writing, so you can just add in something and increase the font size and maybe make it bold and say that offer available, or maybe discounts going on from Monday till Friday. So we'll do something like that. So doctor's chamber available to take bookings online. So and we'll make it bold and we'll change the formatting to maybe heading 4, so that way the customer understands that okay, for weekdays you have a INR 25 per hour. So we'll update that, and we'll update this as well. Okay, so now we have a discount available on weekdays, only INR 25 per hour, and then you have this thing. So that way the customer can understand, okay, so for a cardio booking you have 50 per block, that is only on Saturday and Sunday. So on weekdays you have 25 rupees per block. Okay, so we'll try it out with a weekend. So we'll choose the 8th of May, which is a Saturday, and we'll choose 6 p.m. and the end time would be say 8 p.m. So for cardio you have a 150 rupee base cost and a 50 rupee block cost, so that would come down to 250, because that's 150 for the base cost, and you have 2 hours, so that's 50 plus 50 is 100 rupees, so you have 250 rupees. So that is how you create a bookable product with resources. So you can click on book now, and it has been added to your cart. So you view the cart, and so we are having this still from our previous tutorial videos. So we'll just get rid of that. So this is doctor's chamber, that's the name of the product. So the booking date is May 8th, the booking time is 6 p.m. and the duration is 2 hours. The type of doctor is cardio, so you get all these information. And so this information is also available on the customer email that he or she is receiving once they are booking the product, and this same content is also sent to you, the admin, on the mail. So you get to know what the customer has booked, and the customer also gets a confirmation that okay, I booked this and these things. So that is that. So you can proceed to checkout. And so this is a linked product that we did earlier. So this is a cross sell, so this is available here. So we can proceed to checkout and make the booking. So guys, that is how, and then the booking would be coming under this bookings tab in my account. So that is how you create a bookable product with either no resources or with the help of resources. So we'll do another tutorial on bookable product, but that would be accommodation booking. So that would be more focused on hotels and places where there is a price change because of the number of people. So if there are 3 adults and 2 kids, or maybe 2 adults and 1 kid, so that way the price changes. So that is when the has persons tab or this option would come into play. So we'll see that in the next video. Okay, so guys, once you have added the product for bookings, and once a customer has made a booking, so there is a tab which gets added once you install the bookings plugin, that is just below the product tab. So you can go into the bookings tab and you will get an overview of all the bookings that has taken place on your website. At the same time, you can approve a booking. So if you are selecting that the booking needs to be approved by the admin, or so any information related to bookings you can find in this bookings tab. At the same time, you can get an overview of the resources which I've added. So in the last so in the video we added nutrition, cardio and yoga and test and nutrition. So all these resources we had added, so you can edit all the resources from up here. And if you want to add a booking for a customer, say there is a customer who doesn't want to book by themselves or is not that tech savvy, so you can add the booking on their behalf. You just need to add a booking on any of the bookable products that you have. So we are having only the doctor's chamber, so that we can select, and the customer name we can if the customer is registered, so we can just search by their name, or we can leave it as guest. So we can also assign this booking to an existing order. So if there is already an order and you want a top up on that booking, so you can just assign it with this order ID, or you can create a separate booking, or you can not create a booking, create an order for this booking. So in order to get your order ID, all the orders are found in the WooCommerce orders section. So if you click on open in a new tab, you can see if there are any orders that has come to your website. So if you go to the orders tab, you do not have an order. So if you had an order, the order ID would be up here. So you have to add that order ID if you want to top up to that particular order ID. And you can see this calendar. So if you want to see the calendar, you can just click on it and open a new tab. You can send a notification to your customers. So you can select a bookable product like a doctor's chamber. You can write in a subject and the message that you want to send, and if you want to attach a file, you can attach it. So you can send a notification. This is a very good way of keeping track or building rapport with your customers. So you can do all those stuff from the send notification panel. And there's a settings panel as well. So from the settings panel, you can control or manage your bookings. You can manage your time zones or calendar. So if you want to connect it with a particular calendar like a Google calendar, or so currently there is only option for connecting with Google. And time zones are, so the time in which you are standing. So I'm standing in IST, Indian Standard Time. So if you have international customers as well, so you can enable bookings with the basis of time zone calculation, and you can display visitors local time or the local time from your WordPress website, so that the time zone that you have currently. So all these things depends on the kind of service or the product that you are trying to sell, and depends on whether you are selling it nationally or locally or internationally. So the time zone is basically based on those factors. And you can have overall store availability here. So remember we made the doctor's chamber available only from 2 p.m. till 8 p.m. So maybe you have 3 or maybe 30 different bookable products, and there is a general rule that all your bookings cancel at all your bookings are only from 2 p.m. till 8 p.m. So you do not have to make the individual ranges on the individual products. You can add general availability in the booking settings section. So you can add those things here. So in the calendar, we'll just go ahead and see the calendar. So this is currently what we are seeing, May 2nd, and we are also seeing whether there are any bookings today. So if there are any bookings, it would come up by the date, by the time. So we are on May 2nd, so we can select tomorrow and we'll see if there are any bookings for tomorrow. So since this is just all sample, so we do not have any bookings, it wouldn't show up here. So if you had a booking, it would be in the calendar section. So you can manage everything from the booking tab. So guys, if you have learned something of value in this video, or you have used something from this video, or you have taken something from this video into your next website project, please consider subscribing to the channel and giving this video a thumbs up. That would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you again in the next tutorial video.